Delayed. Oh, never mind.
No. We go when we go when we go. All right, so welcome to the Nefty Show. If you guys don't know Ken, that's amazing. You must have just shown up in Web3 today. Like, welcome. Welcome. It's gonna get weird for you. I promise, in the best possible way. Yeah. So just gotta give Juan a shout out. He's actually over on the Wombat Tavern show with Adrian, the CEO of Wombat and Atomic Hub, talking about launch bags and talking about all the tokens that are going to be dropping pretty soon. And then it's completely and totally bananas what's going on over there. Really, really exciting. So he's going to come join us, I'm assuming, when he gets done with that or whatever. Yeah, Ken, I'm excited to have you on because like we had you on a couple weeks ago, and I feel like you kept posting stuff and I kept posting stuff, and like I don't even know half the shit you've done in the last 2 weeks. And I think like the same is probably also true. And then never mind the stuff that we're sort of planning for the future. So okay, it's time to get him on again because what the hell, what's going on? So let's maybe start with the Solana stuff. The give us and Russell was on talking about Isvoria and where that is going in the sort of near future or whatever. But tell us about the Soul Stick. There's like some kind of cartoon or something that you're working with the team over there on.
Yeah, man. First off, shout out to Juan. Keep doing you, bro. Love you. Yeah, big shout out. Oh, my arm's disappearing. There you go. Nefty Blocks tattoo looking fresh.
That's so good.
The CGI. I'm a CGI human. Appreciate you having me come on again. And yeah, dude, a lot has happened. Big shout out to Russ from the Asvoria team. I appreciate Nico and everything the team has done for me. Getting me out to ETH Denver, NFT NYC, and kind of kicking this whole thing off that's kind of happened, inspiring, the Elemental Souls kids cartoon that I'm working on. It's an educational Web3 kids cartoon. Basically, it's inspired by the cartoons I grew up watching on like PBS Kids, public broadcasting, cartoons that were funded by people like my grandmom who just wanted to get a tote bag. And she was like, I can give you $20 for a tote bag and little Kenny can watch a cartoon that won't offend me. It was really hard to find cartoons I could watch at grandmom's house. Like Ren and Stimpy, no. Beavis and Butthead, no. Like I could watch this cartoon called Cyber Chase, Dragon Tales, things like that. And Cyber Chase is a cartoon that was really, educational, like Web 2, stranger danger on the internet kind of stuff. And
yeah,
I was thinking about Web 3 and how there's, even the adults in the space, like the smartest adult in the room is still like the biggest idiot when it comes to Web 3 dangers and tactics, phishing, misleading links, deep fakes, stuff like that. I mean, people are watching, Elon Musk say, send 1 Bitcoin, I'll give you 2 on YouTube video live. And I want to make a cartoon that's going to teach kids through adventures, not just lectures, right? Like,
that's cool.
About deep fake, imagine grandmom calling, little Timmy and saying, hey, I need the number on the bottom of the router to help your dad with something. And little Timmy goes to the router, gives this, grandmom the IP, all the information that they would need to basically get into your network. And now dad comes home from work and all his crypto is gone and the computer's factory reset. And little Timmy's like, but grandmom said she was helping you. And it was never grandmom, right?
I mean, how forward thinking is that? I mean, like there's most of the people that I know in my life right now have absolutely no clue what the ramifications of things like deepfakes and stuff is gonna make happen, right? Like that the ramifications of that are so far down the pike for them that they're not even really thinking about it. But like going right down to this is a cartoon, it's actually gonna be really nice and really cool and cute and whatever. But to start, kind of arming kids for a future that, frankly, nobody really understands yet, right? Like that we think about this shit all the time. But having that, it's just so smart. I'm a huge fan. Like last time we even talked about this, you didn't tell me about that. So this is why we have to talk.
Yeah, I wasn't really allowed to talk about it. So even if we did talk all the time, I wouldn't have meant only because the artist I'm working with this is more his, his thing. I'm the thought, I'm the thought birther, but all the
thought
stuff
birther.
All the stuff that you see though is his work, all the art and everything. And I've reached out to 10 different, influencers, just public people in the crypto space, pretty well known in different areas from, podcasting to spaces on X to all kinds of, walks of life in the crypto space that are now voice actors for different characters in the Elemental Souls cartoon.
That's
I have
cool.
other opportunities as well for more bros like yourself if you are becoming interested in voice acting. But this is something that I've had so much fun doing, is saying like, oh, this is your voice, this is your character. Do you agree? Yes. Okay, this is gonna be so
Dude,
much fun.
I'll totally do that. That'd be so much fun.
Yes. All right,
Heck yeah.
cool. I got
I
some
mean, I don't
stuff
qualify as an
cooking.
influencer, but I like talking on microphones. So
Well, that's what I don't like. That's what I mean. Like public people in this space, like, you know what I mean? It's
yeah.
there's a lot of anonymous or synonymous, and that's why I like to say public people in this space, because people know
Right.
these people publicly. It's not like
Yeah.
synonymous. It's not a chicken avatar or something like that.
Right.
I don't like to use the term influencer unless you're intentionally going out of your way to convince somebody to buy this pen. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
if you're going out of your way to sell a pen to somebody who didn't ask for a pen, you're probably an influencer. And if you use the term KOL, you're probably a retard. I don't agree with
I don't
the
even
term.
know what that is. I thought I saw something. It was on Twitter or something like that. What's KOL?
Key opinion leader.
Oh, that sounds pretentious as fuck.
It's the dumbest 3 fucking words I've ever heard put together in my life, bro. If you put that shit in your bio, you deserve to ride the short bus off a long cliff.
That sounds like
Goodbye.
something that would be on every bio on LinkedIn. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like standard. Like, oh, I'm
Key opinion leader, bro. It's the most useless. Your opinion, useless, and to be the key person in charge of your opinion.
Yeah,
okay, good for you, bro.
I can't argue with any of that. That just makes sense to me. Oh man,
I don't. And the fact that these people say it with a straight face, man. Yeah, I'm not a fan of any of that stuff. But people that are publicly, fully like disclosing their adventures in this space, I really dig that. I don't think it's more like, hey, you should jump off this bridge because I'm going to. It's more like, yo, I'm gonna jump off this bridge. You should watch. It's gonna be sick.
I think that actually kind of gets into where I kind of wanted to take this today. So we got a lot of updates. I mean, we got some things we can talk about as far as like because obviously
before we get off Elemental Souls, I just want to say one thing.
Yeah.
They're only $42 each, and if you buy an NFT for $42, your name will be in the credits next to the mint number in the end of the show. So for $42, you can become a producer of the cartoon, and we can go.
Okay, no, that was the solid note. Yeah, so I think everyone on Wax knows that the Kenn token and all the Kenn NFTs have just been completely abandoned, right? Like that, those are abandoned, right?
Yeah.
Definitely don't acquire any of those things because you just abandoned it. You got really busy and it's same as me. We had some freaking mental breakdown shit go on last cycle, right? And so we're just not going to do anything with any of that, right? We'll just leave it.
Yeah, no. I actually, bro. Before we even got together to brainstorm about like a resurgence and like Kenn 2.0 and all this, I immediately came out of when I came out of the shadows, I should say, immediately was getting DMs asking me, hey, can I do an NFT collab with you on Wax? Like, I've been waiting since forever. Like, I forgot that I had a waiting list for people to collab with me when I was doing these. So there's like 100 people that are already like, I have the art. I have I've been waiting. It's all, yeah, dude. And I've just like, I maybe got 10 of them in the past like 3 weeks. And then today, shout out to Huddle Cap. They have the hats. He's my Canadian bro. He went, nice. He's like, dude, I've been waiting. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm back. We're going to do a thing.
That's awesome. So yeah, we started brainstorming about, the Kenn token, which, I gotta blame bullshit.
Can we fully...
I think so. Yeah, no, yeah. Let's just since when do we not lay everything on the table? So Bullshibble's actually bought a bunch of Kenn off the floor and sent it to me.
What a dick.
He's an asshole. He sends it to me. And I go, why did you just send me all this Kenn token? I already had like a little bit. Like, what are you doing? He's like, I don't know. And 3 days later, I'm starting to come up with the plans to rebuild it, right? Like, you're a dick.
He knew what he was doing. He's such an ass.
He knew exactly what he was doing. What a jackass. So
here's a birthday present, a puppy. Now take care of it.
Yeah, exactly. Take care of it for the next 25 years. Juan, what's going on, man?
Hello. How are you guys? Hey.
So we were just talking about the Kenn 1.0 thing, and Bullshibbles bought a bunch and sent it to me and didn't tell me why. And then of course I started thinking about it. I'm like, how do we rebuild this? There's so much possibility with this, and of course I'm sitting with like 10 million or whatever. So very long story short, I'm putting a team of people together that like actively want to do some stuff with this. Danish has shared control with our little team. And
Big shout out to Danish. I love you.
dude,
Thank you.
Danish crypto, the guy who's
I-
yeah. Oh, cool.
yeah.
Cool.
Good dude for
Yeah.
sure. Good dude.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
real.
absolutely.
Yeah. So I mean, where my head's at, and we had some discussion about this, but like to me, launching like a Kenn 2.0 token on launch bags just feels like something that needs to be in the world, right? And so that'll be on the schedule at some point. I think there's a lot to do before that, because right now there's so many NFTs out there. TC, I think, was one of the biggest buyers. Honestly, so was I. I've got so many of these things. It's absolutely ridiculous, right? Like all those little coins NFTs. I'm like, oh no, is Kenn ever going to do anything with that?
Can I
But now,
explain that though?
well,
Because
no,
I feel
hold
like
on.
nobody
You
understood
can.
why I did that.
You can, but here's the thing. I don't have to wait for you to do shit.
You never
Right?
did. I
No.
love that.
And honestly, like, and obviously we're going to be coordinating all this stuff and having fun with it, right?
Course.
But yeah, so all of the old Kenn NFTs, they're all gonna be tied into the stuff. The Kenn token, people are starting to buy it again, and honestly, because all of this stuff is going to be a pathway into Kenn 2.0, which is going to be a deflationary token that's going to be on the Launchbags platform at some point, and it's going to be fucking massive. And then everybody who was like, "Oh, Kenn, blah 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 blah," they'll get real quiet, real fast. Just watch. Anyway, what were you saying?
I just wanted to explain where the Kenn token, Kenn penny, Kenn coin NFT situation, where I kind of intentionally flooded the market like the Beanie Babies scam. If you watch the Beanie Babies documentary, you may understand exactly what had happened in my collection. But let me tell you, the intent behind it was our planet was abusing me. Literally abusing me. You know that meme of the adult entertainer girl on the couch with all the guys behind her?
Dude,
that was me on the couch, bro. They abused me, and they used me and my community to make their Big Connect Ponzi scheme look legit. And then I was trying to get before it all dawned on me, there was friends of mine who were legit artists. I'm not an artist. I made one piece of art in my entire Atomic Hub collection. One piece of art was made with these fingers ever. And I couldn't even get the artists that I worked with into our planet when they had their own, drops and shops and store on Atomic Hub. Our planet went nothing to do with the people that were actually making the art that I was selling. I was getting this influencer VIP privilege bullshit, and I really didn't like that. And that is when I started to look at this, they're just using me as credibility. Like, Kenn Bosak's in our planet, so it must be legit. He calls out scams all the time, and he hasn't said anything about us. And I was like totally blinded by the fact that they were hooking up my community with all this money. When I zoomed out and saw what our planet was doing, I immediately needed to highlight the exploitedness of it. And I did it. I said, here's a 1 penny NFT, infinite mint. Go ahead and mint as many as you want for a penny, but you're going to see what's going to happen when you stake them on our planet. This is self-control up to you. The community fucked themselves. You minted 1 penny NFTs that were the highest staking value on our planet, and you did not have the self-control to not go over there and just stake them all. That's your fault, bro. I don't know what to tell you. I sold them for a penny. I could have sold them for $1. Could have sold them for $10.
Oh, yeah.
I could have sold those for $100, and they were still going to sell out. I could have sold out of $100 infinite mint. But you guys had no self-control, and that's why I saw what our planet was doing. I had to highlight it by proof of concept. I had to show and not tell. Yeah. And that's what happened. I feel as if I single-handedly destroyed our planet.
Well, no, there was the one dude that was their top guy that like literally crashed them. Like,
but I showed the exploit though.
I think that was the first time I started looking at it. And seriously, like I was telling everybody at the time, like this is too crazy. There's no human way that this is gonna last forever. So just everybody needs to like freaking calm down. Anyway, so like all that stuff was nuts. But that honestly, it doesn't surprise me that you would do that. That is a very Ken thing that would happen. For anybody that doesn't know Ken, he's very performance art. Go fuck yourself. This is how we're going to educate you kind of guy. This is how it happens. But it makes sense. Now, the fun thing is we can flip around and I think make something that has an immense amount of value for the people that did do that, showing the other side of it, right? Like that persistence and resilience and rebuilding. I mean, that's name of my whole life for the last 2 months, right? It came in to start rebuilding the Uplift, and Juan, in his infinite kindness, decided to start doing a show with me, which has been honestly just an absolute pleasure because we keep having giant ideas. And then he's like, yeah, hold my beer. And then suddenly Launchbags is a thing. So that's,
I love how it's a thing and it's also in his screen as an overlay. Like it's that.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous of that ping. Actually, we're gonna have to get that for the channel.
Launchbags is really too legit, bro. I love the overlay.
Anyway, so tons more to talk about. But one, I watched your whole show until we had to come over here for the Wombat thing, and it's exciting. It was really, really exciting to see how excited everybody is about Launchbags.
Yeah. I think Launchbags, it's something that we really need on Wax. It's something that will fill a void that we've been experiencing for a while.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It was just like Adrian dropped like a little thing. He asked us to save him 3 spots out of the first 10 that are going out, and we're all like, no, we're not gonna do that. That sounds terrible. Obviously, we're doing that. And so he's got, like, in their Discord, they've got these things called mobs, and there's red and blue and yellow. So like, there's kind of the perfect
gang wars,
right? Exactly.
You got the Bloods, the Crips, the Latin Kings. I love it.
Exactly.
I saw TC in the chat in the comments that he was a Kenn NFT-aholic, and that was kind of the point, bro. I love you, but you do please see it from my perspective, please, a little bit. I never given a fuck about the money. It was never about the money. Never was. I sold $1 NFTs, dude. Like, some of them were more, but all that went right to the artist, not me. If I did those collabs, it was artists, right? So, but here's the thing. When our planet came in and you guys, my community, the NFT collectors, were mass bulk purchasing these NFTs at $1 and then flipping them for 10, 20, people were coming to me that were genuine friends that I knew in the real life, gave me hugs, kisses on the cheek, and they couldn't get my drops because they were selling out. And then the secondary market was 20x, 100x. People were flipping these $1 NFTs, pennies. The penny ones were a penny, selling them for $1, trying to make 100x. That pissed me off beyond any level of, I don't know how to explain it, but please try to see that from my perspective. Like, I was intentionally just selling $1 NFTs because it was never really about the money. It was just like, you want to give me a super chat on YouTube? Go to Atomic Hub and buy an NFT instead. Way cooler. And then it became this whole thing where now I'm like Wells Fargo and the NASDAQ, and I'm responsible for your kid's college fund because you wanted to be a degenerate and buy my shit to stake it on our planet. I did not want that level of responsibility. I never wanted that level of responsibility. And I wasn't ready for it. And quite frankly, the community that was investing in my stuff, read the bio on Atomic Hub. These are not investments. They are strictly donations. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I wanted it to just be fun.
The bad guy here? Can I be the bad guy? You say that you didn't want that responsibility, but anyway, it happened. People were flipping your NFTs and then making a lot of money on that, on whatsoever. So what happens then? Who's responsible for that? Who can manage that?
Sure as fuck, not me. Not me. It's you, the person that's buying it and doing it. Self-control, exactly.
I have to agree with you.
If I start doing drugs, hanging out with you, and I'm doing drugs, are you going to do drugs and blame me because you did?
Even
drugs,
like take it
no,
back.
No. I fully agree with you, because if you go back in time right now, go back in time 2 years. Do one of you guys remember what happened this week 2 years ago? Not exactly the 6th, but it was more around the 7, 8, 9, 10, around that.
No.
Do you guys remember what happened?
I do not.
Don't remember what happened 2 years ago. 2 years ago, It was the Terra Luna crash.
Yeah.
I think it was the May 8th, 2022 or something like that.
Yeah.
I lost $1.5 million in that. Okay, Who's to blame? Who's to blame? Juan
Yeah.
or Doc One? Who's to blame?
Juan.
Juan is to
Juan.
blame.
Having made
I'm
a
the one
mistake.
who
Yeah, dude.
exactly. I'm the
Having made the
one.
same mistake in doing other things, I
Whatever.
am highly
It's like
responsible.
when I hear Corey and say and tell me, "Oh, I was fucked by my partner," and blah blah blah. No, sorry, it was your mistake, and you must be responsible for your mistake.
Yep. I signed a shitty deal.
Whatever. It's that it feels bad or whatever, but we have to be to stand up for our mistakes and be here and rebuild and be persistent and go on and make things different. But in the end, we are the only responsible for our mistakes.
Yeah.
And that's
No,
it.
that's
My mistakes were clearly not doing more future thinking. Not I wasn't when all these opportunities were coming to me with the Kenn Bosak GIF NFTs on Atomic Hub. I just said yes to everything, and I didn't take any pause to think how this would do anything ever to anything. I just every opportunity that came my way, yes, and I figured out how to make it work. And now with Corey, talking to him and with everything that we've learned with the Kenn 2.0 coming, it's like, yeah, I can easily remedy the situation. And not only that, it's something I think if and when that does work out, it can not just be something I can do, but it can be a template that a lot of other people that have done projects that have had a slippage in order in their organization or production of their products, right, in their NFTs. Maybe they could follow the template that me and Corey are trying to do with Kenn 2.0. And there's a lot of people that were on Wax that were doing things, and they're gone too. They disappeared as well.
Absolutely.
I know, unfortunately, I was the brightest person in the room. So when I left, it got a little darker than normal, but a lot of people left when I left.
If you think about it, I think that, in my opinion, more than 80% of the creators are gone.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny,
like,
Juan?
That's even better than what you're going to do if you're investing in startups in Silicon Valley by like a factor of 10. So,
Dude,
it's
so
just the
half
fact
of
that
them
it's
are
consistent.
telling me they're coming back, Juan. They're coming back, and I'm
I
pushing
think-
everybody to Nefty.
I think you're probably right.
Like so many people, they're pissed about Ethereum, and now they had 2 years or a year to play with Solana. They're pissed. They want to come back to Wax, bro. A lot of people. They see me coming back, and I get DMs all the time now. Hey, I want to come back. And I was just talking to Corey. I had 100 artists waiting to do collabs with me because I had a waiting list. I had so many people that want. I have art that's already done that needs to be minted and dropped on Nefty. So I think the comeback tour is going to start around this time. Around this time next year, we're going to be like, oh yeah, like there was a resurgence. There was a comeback because people had to leave to see how good the grass was on this side, because it isn't greener on the other side of Wax. It isn't.
I could argue that, but yeah, don't get me wrong. I love Wax. But I think that every chain has good things and bad things. There are very good things on Wax, and there are things to improve and to change. If you go to Solana, there are very good things on Solana and things that have to change. And if you go to Ethereum, to Base, to wherever, to Bitcoin, and yeah, you'll see that there are things to change.
Corey's got my favorite word. I feel like it's on the tip of his tongue. Bridge.
I see just like and it's funny. Luke Stokes actually talks about, he's actually was totally against meme coins for a long time, meme tokens for a long time, and has been starting to write on Facebook about like, hey, I was wrong, right? Because clearly he was. And, we start to see these things as sort of financial potential energy embedded in a community. Like it's sort of got that vibe. And so, the Sol sort of ecosystem and the Wax ecosystem and anything that we do that bridges those communities together. Of course, Ken and I have a bunch of ideas about that. I've been talking to Russell.
Boy,
dude, I've been talking to Russell about, doing some collabs between Asvoria, which is going to be a launch pad, and launch bags. Like we start to mesh those communities together, and then capital starts to flow. And whether it's on the bridge that Wax has, or we find a different way, because we're going to be able to do it with NFTs if we can put those. There's going to be ways to do it, right? So then when we start doing that, things get real messed up. Sol is 600 times bigger than Wax right now. So if there's any flow, if anybody takes a look at Wax, they're like, wait a minute, I could have got in with a lithium 50x ago, right? And that guy's not even remotely started yet. I mean, it could get really weird because there's 10 of those. There's Keck, there's Chad. There's going to be, 10 launching on Launchback just as quick as we can, right? So like, there's going to be massive opportunity. And anyone looking at all from Sol, anytime we give them an excuse to understand what we're doing here, is just going to be freaking that much more potential. And yeah, if we get any attention from Sol, it's going to get real messy on Wax. Like in a good way.
I see a lot of interest from Sol artists for Wax right now. The thing is, Wax has legacy, and that is, I think, valued by the people that I've been seeing on Solana. They're looking for legacy. When Kenn pull, dude, I'll figure it out just for you.
No. I'll do it today. Not that I can do this shit on my own, but I can. Keck, get in touch with me. We'll figure out how we want to reward it. We'll get it started today. How do you like that,
bros?
Boom.
Yeah, this is the thing. I didn't fucking rug anybody. I didn't exit. I didn't scam. Dude, my brother, my father, and my grandfather killed themselves. I moved to Miami and all this stuff happened. I got into a relationship with a girl who was having multiple seizures, multiple times a week, spending multiple nights in the hospital for over 60 weeks while we were dating. Like I was living in a Freddy Krueger fueled nightmare where I couldn't have a single second to think about anything other than, is this person going to die in a second? Like I check people's breathing now still. Like if I'm like at my cousin's house, I make sure he's still breathing at 2 a.m. before I go to sleep. Like I'm a little fucked up, but I never just said, I made money, I'm out of here, I'm rich, bitch. That isn't what happened. You can look at my Wax wallet. I hodled it. I didn't sell all my shit at $1. I sold what I needed as Wax kept going down. I didn't just cash out. I had nothing but crypto, and the crypto that I did cash out was either for the house that I bought and that I don't even have because I gave it to somebody because I can't have that responsibility either right now. Like I'm not that person. I don't have a fucking Lambo. I could care less about material objects. The money that I do have, I give. I just need to make sure I can eat, sleep, and not be homeless myself, right? So I can help more people. But the things that happened, the circumstances, the dominoes that were falling to the reasons why I left for 2 years, literally my brother can't kill himself again. My dad won't die again. Those situations will never reoccur. So there's no way. So I'm back, bro. And like, I'm here. And it's like all thanks to I'm just saying, like, it's just, I need people to understand though, bro. It's not like, it's not what they think it is. And I've heard a lot from people that didn't keep up with like what really was happening in my life. And I just want them to know, like, full transparency, like it sucked being me. It didn't matter how much money I had, bro. It really was like, I'd rather be anybody but me for 2 solid years.
Yeah, I fully see your point, and I'm very sorry for all of what happened to you. But I think that, as you said, yeah, that already happened. There are things that can't happen twice because they just can't happen twice. But I think that it's very important to acknowledge that we are humans and that we are vulnerable. And maybe not the same things, but things can happen. And you have to be prepared for bad things happening. There will be a lot of awesome things that will happen during this cycle, this new cycle, you're rebuilding, whatever, but bad things can happen. And I think that what really matters is that we have to learn from our past experiences and be able to react better next time, to handle the situation in a better way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have the coping methods now.
Well, that's the thing, the lessons, right? And Ken and I were talking about, the very expensive lessons that we had last time. I forgot about your Luna lesson. I remember talking about that. It's like, we've made some baller mistakes, and the lessons that come with that are honestly like equally as valuable. And I have to go all the way back to, I have, let people know like some bad stuff happened to me and to Uplift. But you are absolutely right that it's on me, right? I know exactly the mistake I made. I made a deal without looking into people that ended up being completely and totally ridiculous. And I gave up control. I owned 3% of Legend. That was stupid. Like, it was utterly idiotic of me to put it in control of people that I didn't know that well, right? I thought I freaking did. I totally didn't. So that lesson, I'll never be in that situation again. If my name is on something, I'm going to be able to control the way that it goes and make sure that if I say anything, it'll actually happen. So that's just happening now, right? It has to.
Yeah.
And so, but on the resilience side, it's the whole idea that, I guess the other thing, and both of you guys talked to me about this. Russell Course is another one. Bull Shipples and TC actually. And this goes to say they were basically like, look at the people that you do have. Like, everybody that knows you knows exactly what happened, and they all want to work with you again.
Yeah.
Right. That I got this. Everybody told me this because I was kind of in the same boat. I was very depressed and very sad and like blah, blah, blah. It was terrible. Right. But at the same time, now that I'm back and I really only spend time with the Wands and the Kenns and the TCs and the Bull Shipples, everything is fucking fantastic. Like, it's just, and there are still people that are, naysayers or whatever. A lot of them are getting quiet, and I have just started. Right.
So yeah, I started turning on notifications for my haters because I want to make sure that I can keep up with them when they change their opinion. You know what I mean? I don't want to miss that tweet because it's going to happen. My whole goal is to win back the people that think that, that I did them dirty. I want them not to, don't, like, you're right. Like, shit happens. There's no excuse. It's just the reason. I'm not saying excuse me for what happened. I'm just saying this is the reason why I fucked up. Like, I fucked up. Totally fucked up, but here's why I fucked up. And I as soon as I kind of came out of my little hole and saw light for the first time after a few years, like, I know things looked pretty cool. I was in a relationship, but I'm not in it. She's with her family. She's not doing awesome. Things still suck. And yeah, I mean, I just came out of this like hole, bro, and went to East Denver, NFT NYC. Talking to Russell, Corey reaching out, like all this, the first thing that really came to mind was like, all right, so what am I going to do with this whole like thing? I literally started the day I abandoned everybody. Like, I know the Bros memberships, the Kenn token. I had a whole team built on payroll. I put out like $100,000 out of my own pocket. It was like, here, guys, make Kenn token, make Bros 420. And every single sale from that entire, like, every sale for Kenn token, every sale for the Bros 420 memberships, every sale for any of that stuff went 100% to that team. I got nothing, right? And that is like where Corey said, I kind of fucked up, but I should have made sure I was getting some of that money so I could have been more in control of like who was getting paid what and when. And pretty much what happened is everybody wanted to get paid immediately, and then they stopped working because they weren't motivated. And I wasn't there to motivate them because I left. So it was just a domino effect. I am making sure without a doubt this time I'm at the steering wheel, and I'll be giving people directions from the help.
Yeah, you have to be. Hey, like,
I was like, hey guys, wake me if you need me. That's where I went wrong.
Yeah. If your name's on it, you have to take the responsibility of the control.
Yeah.
I absolutely made that mistake. Sure as fuck not making it again.
Yep. No, I thought it was like going to be cool. It was like, hey, I built this like whole shopping mall, and you guys can run all the different storefronts that you want out of the shop.
I remember having this conversation with you at the time about you doing that. And honestly, like, I know your heart. So I know, like, that sounds like a great idea. Also, it doesn't work all the time.
Yeah, there's shopping malls in Detroit that look better than my shopping mall in Atomic Hub now.
I mean, hence the rebuilding part of resilience.
Yeah, boy. I'm going to have to get a whole new store on Atomic. We're going to get a whole new verification.
I think you keep saying
as much as I love Adrian, your shopping mall should be on Nifty Blocks.
I mean,
so the new one only. So you're trying to get me proprietarily 2.0 only on Nifty?
I
think we can make that happen.
Hey, he'll say no. I'm literally saying yes. That's exactly what should happen.
No, but wait. We still have shared liquidity on Wax, so everything that goes to Atomic Hub or to NFT Hive or Nifty Blocks, you can trade anywhere. So, but of course you should prefer Nifty.
Atomic Hub is 1.0, Nifty is 2.0 because Nifty is the 2.0. Like, so it makes sense.
Yeah, well, and we're gonna need it for all the blends because you can blend in with tokens now. You can blend out with tokens. So you could do an NFT blend and it just spits out a token,
Yeah.
and all that stuff is gonna be part of the sort of the meme tokens culture for a lot of the stuff that we do with launch bags. But I think Kenn 2.0 is gonna leverage that hard because again, there's
I
tons
just
of
saw
NFTs
it.
out
There's
there.
2 new verifications that I could get for the atomic one. That's all I guess I was trying to say is like, I know I have 2 more things I could submit to get more verification badges over there or whatever. So I do want to finish that. And then that's what I think I meant when I was like, another one to verify over. But yeah. Kenn Bosak GIF 2.0 on Nefty only, bro. I don't have an atomic hub tattoo. Like,
There's that.
I don't have an atomic hub tattoo, homie.
Yeah,
And that launch bags logo would make an amazing tattoo. I'm just saying.
Oh,
I might have to get my first tattoo. Jesus Christ.
Bro, I'm in Miami. If you want it, I'll get it with you for just that. If you get the tattoo, I'll get it with you. And that is the only thing. Like, that's the only disclaimer. I'll get it if you get it with me in Miami.
Oh, man. I might have to drive to Miami tomorrow. That would be insane.
So you're living in Miami now?
I kind of went nomad again. I think the best thing I can do for myself is go back to kind of what I was doing before things got unsuccessful. Going and reverse engineering all these things that I did that made me successful and unsuccessful at the same time, and knowing where to step and tread. And I think going to conferences frequently is a big catalyst as to why I am where I am right now in general, right? Or where I was. So I'm going all in on just traveling to events as much as humanly possible. I am pretty much like living paycheck to paycheck, kind of starting over from, where I was. But honestly, if you followed my journey since 2016, I've been a millionaire 3 times over and spent it all 3 times over. Not really a big fan of like holding money and like sleeping with it at night. If I get money, I buy food, or I go somewhere and I do something, or my mom needs something, I get my mom something. Like, I don't hoard it. I don't care much to have it for the future. And when I run out, I worry about it and I'll do something to get it again. Like, it's not the first thing I think about. It's not the last thing I think about. It's somewhere in the middle, right? It's just like, I wish I didn't have to think of this.
We were talking about
I know how to do it. I know how to do it though. I have the recipe. Bro. I know all the steps to take, all the procedures, and I've done it 3 times. You can look at all the wallets from 2016 up. I'm a pretty public person. I've been hacked. I've been dumb. I've been distracted. I'm running out of things to fuck up doing. It's just literally, I've learned from all the possible mistakes I could make.
Success is just running out of mistakes.
I'm think I'm out of mistakes to make, bro. Unless I invent one that hasn't happened. Like, I am so confident in that because of that.
No,
like, I know.
I think that's the mistake, because I think that there will only be a new mistake that you can make.
Well, right. There's only
it
so
will
many
be
mistakes you
different.
can make at
It
this
will
level,
be different.
Right? Yeah. I like it.
Well, I mean, in the nuanced way of saying, like, I will see it coming. Nothing will surprise me in that sense. So I know what you mean, but I'm saying it in more like, it's not going to surprise me. I'll see it coming. I'm going to know how to pivot. If I see a curveball, guess what? Watch out for the home run.
Yeah.
Oh man, is it fucked up that I'm seriously considering coming to Miami to get this tattoo?
It's a little fucked up because I'm a real degenerate. I'm a real degenerate, bro. And I just want to do degenerate things with my degenerate friends.
Well, I don't know. I got a feeling about it. So, why not permanently mark my skin?
Put your crypto where your flesh is?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Get my DGen ID badge.
That's what I did, man. I got my Nefty blocks tattoo. I put my non-fungibles where my flesh is. You know what I mean? Like,
In bagless NFT.
That would make for a great meme. Oh my god. I feel like we could do that with a parody of the guy from Game of Thrones, because a lot of the art in my collection is parody art. And I don't know if you watch Game of Thrones, but there's a really awesome eunuch in the show, and he has his bag, but he also doesn't. I would do a version of me of him.
That's terrifying.
Are you a eunuch? I still got him. This is such a good scene. Such a good scene.
Oh no.
Oh no, I really am appreciative of the opportunity, and I think the people that do understand the situation, they're gonna give me that opportunity, and the people that don't, I don't need to be given it. I'm going to take it, and I'm going to take the chance to win your love back, and I know it's possible. Like, that's the thing. I'm not dwelling on like, oh, this is never going to work. I know it's going to work.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of how, and the gamification of it, and bouncing ideas off of Corey and Russ and other people in the space. I am beyond confident in this because, like I said, I've done it before. I was the first to be in the field of NFTs in like 2018. That wasn't a company, right? Like CryptoKitties. Few weeks later, Kenn Bosak NFT. And I was proving IPFS vulnerabilities back then. I put it on Tiny Hash URL. I had the IPFS. I deleted the image, and now the NFT says error 404, image not found. I did that as a proof of concept in 2018, like 2019, I guess at the very beginning of 2018 or very end of 2018. Like, I was doing these experiments. So I know I can do things with NFTs that haven't really been done yet. Like, I'm talking to Rick Johnson from web3.net about executable NFTs. Imagine getting one of my NFTs and you tap on it, and now you're playing Flappy Bird. Just like that. You don't even have to install it. I am going to be doing some sick shit, bro. I'm ready to show you guys, like, surprise, and I'm going to have you guys hold other people to a standard. Again, I was the standard. Everybody was like, if Kenn's doing it, why can't you? And other projects had to do the shit I was doing. And they had 100 people in the company. They had a payroll and everything. And it was just me doing all that shit. And now I have a team of bros that are like Corey and Russ. I got Juan, Nefty Blocks. Like, this is going to be a thing that, yeah, I'm ready. And I don't care if you're ready or not. Like, here I come.
Yeah, dude, that's just for context. Our conversation last night, I was driving home from a gig. We talked for like an hour, and he got sunburned so freaking bad. He's like laying there like half dead. By the end of the call, he's so freaking hyped, but he can't even really talk about it. He's just like, oh, I'm so freaking pain right now. But that's, we see the possibilities, and I guess we always have, right? But now, I think we're building the infrastructures to do things that I think are very, very big. Like that one, I know I say this to you. Hopefully I say it enough, and I will say it more, but I'm so grateful that, you let me yak at you about launch bags until we started making it a thing. And then really, like, without the Nefty Blocks team, it would be 6, 7, 8 months before I put a team together to make something like launch bags. Right. So it's just, collaborating with you guys is so clutch. And it really can be. And we're going to talk about it being small, because like Wax is small right now. Launch bags could get absolutely insanely large. Like, the amount of blue sky potential for this, it literally blows my mind. After, we had our conversation about like, this is going through, we're going to make this happen, or like, yeehaw. Right. And I was like, cool, that's awesome. I talked to Kenn afterwards. I was sitting on my floor stunned in the middle of this office. Like, just like, oh, fuck. Things are gonna get weird. Anyway, it's fun.
Yeah.
And honestly, just because, and I know, Kenn, you had the same. I talked to Russell about the fact that he came to your house when you told him not to. Yeah. And Russell basally dragged you back out.
Yeah,
and I'm grateful that he did. I'm really, really grateful that he did. And I had
too, man. It's kind of embarrassing that that it came to that, though. Like, it is like, it is not embarrassing in that sense. Not embarrassing. There's a word that I can't. It's not like that, but it's just like this. Like, I couldn't even accept the help that was being given. Like, I was offered, hey, I can come help you, and I was just like, nah, no thanks. I'd rather kill myself. Like, dude, you know what I mean? And the fact that he just like, nah, bro, I'm out front.
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah. People love you, Ken. They do.
Yeah.
I'm one of them.
Yeah. I think that speaks highly of both of you, both Ken and Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Russell's the shit.
He's a good dude. He's a really good dude. I mean, came down from Canada, drove hella hours just to see me. I know he had other shit going on, but I mean, it was hours out of the way type shit. And I even said, kind of go fuck yourself. I'm okay. Don't come by. You know what I mean? And he's like, I got your address, dummy. You left your GPS shared on. Like, I know where you are. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Yeah, and it's just I'm just grateful, man. And yeah, if anything, I just hope if somebody isn't responding to your DMs, guys. If you have a friend that's whatever, show up. Don't even ask. Go back to the old 1990s. I'm just gonna knock and see if they're home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
It's huge. I can't think of anything bigger.
Except that dick you made in the uplift that one time. Sorry, I had to. I had no choice.
Oh my God. Oh man. The complex my NFTs had after that. Man, thank you, bros. I appreciate it. And yeah, like I know I have a lot of catching up to do, but that's the excitement of the whole thing. I'll be honest, man. I was so bored. Like before all the depression kicked in, there was heavy boredom. I was already on the cutting edge of the breaking of everything, doing the first of this, and nobody was catching on. Nobody was doing it. It was taking forever for anybody to do cool stuff. Like I spent tens of thousands of dollars on CoinKit just so we could have a tit bot for wax tokens in Telegram, and nobody really fucking did it but me. And I'm like, guys, I just spent like 50 grand on this thing and nobody wants to use it for their shit coins. Like that's just dumb, right? Like, and wax, no love. William basically told me to go fuck myself right to my face when I met him. The wax, company was like, can you just stop like talking about us because people think you work here, and that's not a good look. Like, dude, I was bored, my heart was broken, I was deterred, and now I'm kind of just at the point where like I want people to think wax works for me. They're gonna be like, yo, Ken, like, does William, like, is that your assistant? That's what's gonna happen, Quigley.
Show's over. Yeah, I it's funny. I get a lot of people ask, "Oh, you're like talking to the wax team about that?" Obviously, like, one, you have worked with them a bunch in the past, and that's awesome. I was like, I'm not gonna wait for that, and we don't have to wait for that, right? And honestly, like, and Adrian was talking the same thing, like having the ability to coordinate with a team like that, where they can come in and do some good things. That's great, right? But we definitely can't get locked into the waiting for them to do anything, right? We have to do it our own.
I think that's independent of the wax team. I think that's basically everywhere. You should not wait for anybody else to step in for you. You have to do what you think you have to do and go for it. That's
Look
it.
what happened with the ordinals and runes. The guy who was like, oh, Rootstock isn't doing anything for Bitcoin. Some degenerate dude was like, I want NFTs on Bitcoin. And it was like, you know what? Ordinals. Somebody else was like, I could do that. Runes. Like, they didn't wait for Bitcoin Core to do it. They did it.
Yeah.
The way.
Absolutely.
This is the way.
Yeah. I mean, that's the saying. Like, even the top of the food chain, which is Bitcoin, you can't wait for the core team to do shit. You want something to happen, you have to do it even yourself on Bitcoin.
Absolutely. You have to understand that every team has its own priorities. And
for sure.
You are not part of their plan? Okay, no part of the plan, no problem. You do your own shit and that's it.
Yep. I'm going to do my shit so good, they're going to want to be on my team. They're going to want to be associated with Kenn Bosak. They're going to be like, wait, Ken's on stage talking about wax? Like, yeah, they're going to be happy about it. Not saying like, oh, you make us look bad. Yeah, best opportunity is when others are sitting TC. Guess what? William Quigley never got off his ass. I am back, bro. I've been gone. What has Wax have done since I was gone? I'll wait, bro. Like, tell me the story. Nothing.
I mean, hold on. The Wax team, Nefty and Atomic and Wombat have been kind of busy.
No, but they're doing it with others. What have they done on their own for the wax space, by wax, for wax? They always have said, "Oh, we'll put our name on what Nefty's doing because it makes us look good." That's what they do, bro. They slap their logo on it. They're like, "We work with you, and you do all the work. You do everything, and we'll tell people we're with you on that."
I don't fully see it like that, but
I do, but that's not. I'm not saying that's exactly how it is. That's my opinion and my perspective. That's the
because
point
he's
of
a
view that I
key
have.
opinion leader.
Yeah.
Put my opinion in that hole and turn it.
Oh no. Yeah. So that's. It's funny, like the whole opinion thing. It's like doing your own research, right? I'm going to talk about everything I get excited about, right? If you use that as a buying decision, that's on you. Like,
no,
like,
you know what I was watching last night?
I've made more mistakes than most people in Web3 will ever make, except maybe you and Juan, right? So people need to freaking take responsibility for their shit.
Come on, Corey. My mistakes maybe don't count them on number of mistakes, but on magnitude.
Oh yeah, poundage. You fucking nailed it.
Yeah, pound for pound, you win, dude. I mean, I think.
And hey, just for the lesson. The lesson is for all of the noobs out there: fucking diversify. Because
cash out, literally cash profits, cash profits, cash profits. Cash profits.
Cash profits, diversify. There's a lot of things that you have to learn from that. And
I'm gonna brainwash everybody I know to take cash profits this time. I don't care what happens. Cash profits. I want it on a T-shirt. I'm gonna get it tattooed on my throat. Cash profits. Like I'm not gonna forget this time, guys.
Yeah, no, it's funny. We were talking about like starting to pack. That was my problem too, right? Like the getting to the point where, and I want this for Uplift, and I've been talking about it with everybody from the Uplift sort of community and stuff. You know, we're starting to kind of slowly rebuild or whatever, and that's kind of going pretty well. But whatever we do, there's gonna be a bull market. Yay. You know what comes after that? The frickin' bear market. It's going to last 2 to 3 years. It happens every single time. And if we don't plan for that in advance, then everything just goes to shit for 3 years. And like, I did that. That was not fun. So let's do it a different way. And I think we can.
Yep. And we can do it together, guys. We can definitely do this together. Yep. It's just forward thinking, planning ahead, and not being too in your own, like, you know, or in your own zone. Like, you have to take that third person perspective, step out and be like, what's the advice you would give somebody else if they were doing what you were doing?
Well said.
You know, you would tell your friend to take some profits so why don't you take your own advice?
Yeah.
Rock and roll. So, how did the show go, Juan? It looked like it was going pretty good over there on the Wombat channel. Yeah,
Wombat was very nice. I think there's a lot of enthusiasm and people who really want to start a meme token. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this, and I'm already having a couple of ideas that we extra ideas that we have to implement.
Yes.
More from the marketing and communication perspective. So yeah, okay. I think that's something good.
Can you tell me what they are? Can we get into the whole brainstorming live?
Not yet. No, not yet. Please.
We have to have something where Juan can't let me talk about it out loud, or it's not going to be normal.
Well, the thing is this, Corey, is that we cannot just start sharing everything.
You're right.
No, and we really have to think things through before offering people, oh, we're going to do this. No, let's make sure that we can do that before saying that we can do that. Amen. Otherwise, people get disappointed, and we don't want that. We want to really be very solid, and whatever we say, we are going to do it with a lot of integrity. We said this, we did this.
Under promise, over deliver has to be the way it goes. Absolutely. Yes. And I get like sometimes when I am brainstorming and I let everybody know this is me, like literally brainstorming, there has been times where that will just get out in the rumor mill, and then, oh my God, it was something that you promised. Like, dude, I literally just said out loud something that could possibly happen on fucking Mars. What? No. But you're right. So to that point, like that's something that I need to control that for myself.
Yes, and you know that the problem is that you're someone who's coming here daily and saying things about wax, about nifty blocks, about launchbacks, about crypto, people takes you seriously. So you have to be very careful with what you say. You cannot just say this, that, and that, because people understand that as advice, as I should do that or whatever. No, I'm not advising you. I'm telling you things, but it's very it's very difficult for people to discern. Was he hinting me that I should do this or that, and that I will be a millionaire if I buy this? Well, I haven't said anything, but you have to be very careful, because people are very good at making up their own story, the story they want to hear, not the one you're telling.
I mean, like it is like, I want to talk about, you're right, as far as like the responsibility of this, because there is some. I can't just say, hey, do your own research and then never worry about it again. I mean, part of me wants to feel that way, because honestly, people should handle their own shit. But that's like every single time I talk about anything that I'm excited about, whether it's CAC or launchbacks or whatever, right? How many times do we say per show, like, literally don't take my advice? I have made so many mistakes that you would lose your mind if you knew what they were, right? So like, but at the same time, I'm going to talk about things excitedly, and sometimes people are going to go, heck yeah, I want to buy some CAC as well, right? But then at the same time, like, especially when it comes to, if it's other projects or whatever I'm talking about that I'm excited about, like, I don't run those things. I'm doing my own research. I'm getting in and I'm whatever, right? It's on me. It's on everybody else to kind of handle their own shit. But when it comes to launch bags and things that we're doing together, I absolutely agree. And hopefully you've noticed, I literally try to talk to you before I say anything out loud.
Yes.
Because honestly, you're awesome at red teaming and thinking these things through, while my brain is going 6,000 miles, in 5 different directions. So it's been good. And again, I know that you'll tell me, if I slip on that, and because I'll fix it, whatever it takes, I'll fix it.
Yeah, no. And for TC, if you want to be token drunk, you will be. Oof! You don't have a clue. You will be token drunk.
Dude, you're gonna be token shit-faced. Settle down.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to start a damn anonymous a whole NFT aholics meeting for TC.
Meme tokens anonymous, like
yes.
Oh. It's you know what I was gonna say earlier is I had a fever dream sitting here with my sunburn, and what is the potential of the next meme crave, the meme wave, right? We went towards like animals, we saw the kind of like memed people, then we saw the degenerateness in like the religion and offensive things. And I have a feeling I don't want to say it, because if it's a thing, I need to be able to go back to this video and point at it. But I have a feeling the next wave for meme coins is going to be imaginary friends. I have a feeling that make-believe friends are going to be the next wave. I don't know why.
Can you define that?
It's just a dream. Okay, you know how dog with hat is just a dog with a hat, but with a little bit more personality?
Sure.
It's imaginary friend. It's a character. These meme tokens have no caricature. They have no personality. Right. But I think naturally, as we've seen anything as brands go, characters are built around them. Basically, Wendy's is my imaginary friend on Twitter, because I follow her and I just love that she makes fun of Burger King and McDonald's, and that's my homie. Like, Wendy's, I got your back, girl. So that's like my imaginary friend.
You want to be able to talk to your token.
AI is going
or your
to
NFT
do
or whatever.
this.
No.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. I mean this literally, we've already built it, right? So the AI God token, when they hit their Discord, we want to let the Telegram go for them or whatever. When they hit their Discord, you're going to be able to go and talk to the AI God. It'll be full character, the whole 9 yards, and it'll actually start to remember you, right? So like there's plans for that. And honestly, we could do it for anybody, right? So I've had this thing in my back of my head for a long time of a PFP project, where literally every single PFP has its own embedded system prompt, its own character, and you'll be able to talk to that character, and it's just yours, right?
Yeah,
you can play it on Twitter.
Are coming, bro.
Right? So there's like all these things are definitely going to be possible, and not even possible. Like for AI God, we've already got it planned, and really, we should probably turn Betsy back on. I kind of dropped the ball on that. So we had Betsy chatting in the Nifty Blocks Discord for a while too. So yeah. A, I think you might be onto something, and B, like this is something that we'll deploy quickly.
Oh, for sure. I hope so, man. Because it's like I don't know what really triggered all this series of events. I think we talked, obviously, and then I saw a commercial for like Ryan Reynolds' movie called If Imaginary Friends. And I'm like, AIIF. AI, Imaginary Friend. Cling! That's going to be the next wave, bro. I'm telling you right now.
You might be right. Also, to everybody who's watching and sharing, thank you guys so much. We just had 130 people watching us. That's a record. You know, it's funny. The last time when we hit 100 for the first time, earlier on in that show, Kenn had shared it out, and we were at 50 people. And Kenn was like, "Look, we're at 50 people." I'm like, "Dude, 50 people is kind of where we're at right now. That's usually what we do, which is amazing. We're growing pretty fast. We're loving that." And he's like, "Oh, so no Kenn bump? No, there was no Kenn bump." And like 10 minutes later, there's 110 people watching. So Kenn bump. So here we are. 103 Kenn bump. What's up?
Yes, let's go, bros.
Yeah. So, oh my god, that would be sick if 2 AI NFTs talk to create a super cool blend. Like literally, we can make that happen. So, and this is the thing. Like, it's not like we don't have enough to do, but yeah. And this thing, I was talking to Tuttle actually. She's running most of our AI stuff for our AI company right now, and I think we're gonna pivot her on to doing some stuff over here because I think it's gonna be a hell of a lot more fun than what she's doing over there right now.
I have never mind. I don't want to give away too much, but yeah, that's a
thing. Indeed. Yeah, it feels inevitable to me, right? Because like all the tools for making that happen in a very meaningful way, they exist. They're already out there.
You know Dr. Ben Goertzel from Singularity Net, the father of Sophia?
Yes. Okay, Russell actually introduced me to him back in the day. Like,
I have multiple pictures with this gentleman. I've been to a lot of conferences, guys, and I've ran into him 3 times. But one time in particular, I got to blow his brain out of his head. I asked him, he was on stage, so this video is out there. Somebody find it. I got to ask 2 questions to Ben about Sophia. And the first one I said, is it possible for Sophia and another AI to potentially give each other a virus, like an STD? Like if they communicated to an emotional state that their code were to touch, could that code be considered like a virus, like left in, like, so could there be like an STD with AI if their code touches? Like that would be like sexual fluids, right? Or bodily fluids with the DNA, whatever. He said, holy shit, yes, that's fucking awesome. And then I got to wear his cool hat and put his hat on, and we shared hats. Cool. It was a whole experience. But then I asked, is it possible for 2 AI to reproduce another AI?
Yes.
And he said, not only that, but that will be something that will happen in such a speed of rate, you'll never be able to keep up.
So he's right. Tuttle and I actually, and honestly, we can have a conversation off air about this. We've got something that we've been planning for some stuff that we want to build in the future where AIs will not only be tracking things, they're going to write their own code. We've actually got the basic foundation for that written already. But when they're writing their own code, they're actually going to start A/B testing themselves and using genetic algorithms to decide what to do, and then fork themselves and then track, which results are better. And then, and that's exactly it, right? Like getting to the point where, and again, like our little AI team, like we don't know shit, right? Except Tuttle's a genius, but whatever. We're small. if we're already thinking about this, you could be damn sure that large teams are totally doing it. So these self-evolving AIs are going to be a thing very, very quickly. And
this is the world's longest 20-minute podcast.
It was. We really were going to try and do 15 to 20 minutes. And then just, it was very aspirational.
Yeah.
Very
aspirational. I love it. I just shared out this to all the telegrams I'm in. If you guys are watching, please hit that repost button, formerly known as the retweet button. Either way, it's still known as a symbol.
Yep. So, hey, this week, we got the AI God test drop, the first ever drop.
When is it going to drop?
Okay. So, yes. I am going to send out Dennis has all the people he wants to send the whitelist NFTs out. I'm going to use Bounty Block to do that tonight for him. And that's going out to top Nefty stakers. I actually need the top 50 Nefty stakers. If you can give me that later on today, the wax addresses for that. And then the top holders of the 10 million Upliftium NFTs, the top LP providers in Triple's last contest, and the top 50 Keck providers. So the whitelist NFTs are going to go out for that. We're basically ready to, like, whenever we're ready to do the fair launch, So like as early as Wednesday to bake in a little promo would be great, but like we're good to go. Dennis is raring to go on that side, and I think like there's already enough interest that I think the fair launch will sell out pretty fast.
You think so? How many whitelist spots will there be?
200.
200 whitelist spots for the fair launch.
Hi. Yeah.
200. Okay.
Yeah, and Dennis wanted to do.
Is there a max? Is there a max contribution or a minimum?
So yeah, there's the whole idea is the fair launch is NFTs, right? So there's going to be 100 NFTs for $10. So yeah,
$10 each, so you will get $10 of AI God.
It's the same thing.
AI God. Okay.
Well, I don't know. We can't say it's going to be $10 worth of the token just because there's going to be some other liquidity.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like, it's going to be for a certain amount.
But as we said, that's calculated automatically in the sense that you know how much of AI.
For about
no, you're right.
Will be there. So,
right.
So we know what's the price.
Yes.
The price in a pre-sale, it's a fair price because it's priced exactly at what you will get when the pool opens if you were the first one.
Yes, that's exactly it.
It's just like that. It's fair because you buy as if you were the first one.
Yeah, you're first.
After that,
do
whatever you want. Have fun, as much fun as you want.
Yeah, so there's gonna be 100 NFTs for an equal amount of 5% of the supply. I think they decided. And then we'll all the liquidity that they're the $1,000 that gets raised, they're actually going to dump that back into liquidity. So launch bags will confirm that that's burned liquidity on our end, which is going to be
okay.
Kind of fun.
So what we have to do is configure the staking. How are we going to do the not the staking? Sorry, the vesting.
Yes.
How will the vesting work for that team? What will be the amount for the liquidity pools and the NFTs that we will? Well, no, not the NFTs that we know who. It's just creating the NFTs and creating a fair launch with 200 spots. You said, or 100?
100 spots. So there's going to be
spots.
Yeah, 200 whitelists, but there's only 100 for sale.
In case people decide to fall asleep and not wake up.
What's the fair in that fair launch? Come on, Corey. If there are
honestly, hold on. They're going out to 4 different communities. There's going to be a lot of overlap, right? Because there's a lot of overlap in the community. So people, aren't going to have that much time to put them on sale. They're not going to have that much time to send them to friends if they want to, right? So like we could end up having 50 people take part in this. So yeah, I think that makes a ton of sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean, if we had an infinite amount of time to promo this one, that'd be a different story, right? If I thought there was 200 people that were going to take part in it, we would do it straight across the board. I'd find a way to do a much wider distribution of the whitelist NFTs or make people get them, right? If people had to literally work to get them, that would be one thing, but we don't have time for that.
I fully see your point. The only thing is that I prefer a true fair launch where if I had one NFT, I'm warranted to be able to get the drop. My tokens.
Okay.
Otherwise, I don't think it's fair.
No. Hold on. You're getting a whitelist for free.
Yeah.
Right. You're getting that token for free, right? So
no, you're not getting the token for free. You're paying.
No. You're getting the NFT. I'm sorry. You're getting the
You're getting the NFT not for free.
No.
There's no such a thing as a free NFT.
One.
You will be receiving that NFT because you're staking NFT, because you're doing because you're doing that. So you're putting in the work. Come on, there's nothing free. Nothing free here.
Don't yell at me, one.
Production costs matter, bro.
No. You're right, of course. So yeah, so you think like we should, instead of having 100 NFTs out there for sale for the fair launch, we should have 200, exactly the same number as even though like I'm gonna get 4 whitelist NFTs and I can only use 1.
No, you can use 4. If you have 4, you can use 4.
How do we do that?
You will burn the NFT every time that you go, and you can only participate there if you have the NFT.
So this is news to me, because I think we did brainstorm about this, but so thank you for helping me clarify this in my own brain.
Well, we can also make it the way you want, but I think it's better if we go there, you have the NFT gets burned. If you want to go again, go again, but you have the NFT, pay your $10 and you get the token, whatever.
Okay,
but
so
if you do it in the other way, what will happen? I already went here, get my tokens, sell my NFT or give my NFT to Ken. Ken goes there, claims his NFTs, pass it to Corey. Corey goes there, pays his $10, gets the NFT, and that's not a fair launch. A fair launch is when you had that NFT and the NFT will get burned. And if you have 3
you
NFTs,
have the opportunity
you
to buy one per NFT. Okay, so let me game this out, because I'm a little concerned that because we're dropping these things out and we don't have time to tell them about it, right? There could be tons of NFTs out there, and we might have sold out, but now we can't.
Well, we can do it a little bit different then. We check how many NFTs were claimed. I don't know if they will be claimed, just sent. I always prefer claiming, because we have a certain number of claimed NFTs.
Yeah.
And based on that, we define the number of spots. It will be a maximum of 200 or a maximum of 100 or whatever you want. But then, based on the number of claimed NFTs, we define the maximum number of spots. Okay. If tokens are not bought, we can burn them. We can do whatever the AI God team wants.
That's true. Okay, so would it make sense then to, man, like, this is why I was trying to keep it super simple, because time, right? So now, like, if we're gonna flip it around to, because I like this idea. So
hey, Juan, just for the record though, Juan mentioned earlier that you shouldn't be saying things that you don't know. I'm just saying this could be confusing the hell out of people right now.
Confusing the hell out of me.
This is very confusing. But it's very transparent and very open.
It is very
because we're having an open discussion here. We are following the principle of transparency.
There you go.
And we're pushing it to the limit. We're having a conversation.
We definitely do that all the time. But we should harken back to
my brain hurts. I'm trying to keep track with both of you guys.
Believe me, I get it. So
and let's push this to Friday. Let's do the release on Friday, so we have the time to come up with what's the mechanism to do it, and
so
notify
fair
everybody.
Launch, like during the show on Friday, we'll launch the fair launch for AI God.
Cool. I like that idea.
We have a week to like promote it. Send me anything.
Yes,
I'll tweet
we have more time to promote.
So, and really, like, we've got the sort of 200 whitelist NFTs, so we'll maybe do that for a claim. Like, we'll figure it out after the show or whatever. We'll figure out how we want to do that so that you know it makes sense in both of our brains. And I'll talk to Dennis about it. He's going to be up for whatever because the whole AI God thing, like, we're going to go wicked fast, probably too fast, but we're also going to be first, and that's going to help Launchbags go. And he's super excited about that. So whatever we figure out, he's going to be excited about it. So
that's cool.
All right, well, rock and roll. Well, seriously, like, I love you, Juan, so much for the fact that, like, hey, let's just jump the fuck out of the plane and see if we can build a parachute on the way down. I love this. It's insane. It's completely insane. Smarter people probably plan more, but we're also going to be very quick. And I genuinely believe this. The sooner we start this, the sooner we're actually going to see a meme token tsunami hit wax. Inspired by Chad, inspired by Keck. There's a lot of things that are waking up. It's going to get much, much, much bigger very, very fast. And Launchbags is going to be a huge part of that, which is why we're like, we got to go right now. So whatever the simplest MVP that we could possibly do, that's going to like be the funnest example of what's possible is what I'm going to be for.
Yeah,
I think.
Absolutely.
And we'll learn, right? The first 10 is all about learning anyway, right? We're going to figure
it out. That's exactly the idea. The first 10 are learning process, making it better, fine-tuning it so that we can fully automate the process to allow anybody to release his meme token.
Yeah. Love it. All right. So again, to everybody watching, thank you guys so much for watching the Nifty Show. We talk about this stuff every day. We got I'm actually getting interviewed for the Uplift World. We haven't done like a big Uplift World update. So that's happening this week. We got Mike Smart, who I actually met him in person at Shitcoin back in the day. He's still doing
I also met him.
Right? He's still doing the Meta Builders thing. So we're going to be able to catch up with him. And then, Friday, informally may or may not become, meme token Friday. It's not like we're not going to have a crap ton of news to talk about every week or whatever. What's that? What just happened in your brain?
No. Just checking the longest 15-minute show ever. It's
Yeah,
it's
it is.
it's only 1 hour 15 minutes.
Yeah,
So don't worry. It's
What's an
it's
extra
basically the
hour
same.
amongst friends?
It's the same.
Anyway, Matt and Ken, thank you so much for coming on and being vulnerable with us. That's kind of the highest hope
Yeah.
for what I kind of wanted to accomplish today. And I was a little leery about it, right? I had a couple other ideas of sort of what we could name the show, and Juan immediately was like, no, that resilience, rebuilding, persistence thing, we're doing that today. So
yeah, no, and I think it's very good, and I'm very happy to have Ken here, have you here.
Yeah.
It's very nice to talk about this and being very open. I think there's a lot of people who's I fully understand where they're coming from when they say, "Oh, he fucked me, or whatever." But it's very simple. It's very easy. You guys were streaming. You guys were basically public figures during the last bull market. Who is easier to attack than somebody you know? There's a lot of anonymous people who really fucked everybody. You know where they fucked them, but you don't know who they are. So it's very difficult to go after them. So people, they will come after the ones that are public, the ones that are showing, and the ones that are still around. If you're not around, there's nobody coming after you.
That's true. Well, and I think there's
So
I can count the number of naysayers on one hand for me that are left. I know this is like that's kind of boring now.
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
There's a couple, but there's a few that are on the hand that I could name that I have plans on trying to make sure we're friends again. There's a few bros out there that I know that I'm like, shit, you blocked me. Like, no. So now I have to be even louder, so I'm everywhere, so you can see me doing things, not because you blocked me. Now I have to do other things so that you can see me and I can earn your love to come back and follow me and be a friend again. And there's people, there's relationships, there's bros. I got plans, I got goals, and yeah, man, I really appreciate the opportunity to come on and talk, Corey. Juan, I fucking love you, and I don't expect any special treatments or privileges or any of that. I will earn my way back to where I was in this space, and I appreciate the opportunity to do just that.
I'm pretty sure you'll make it.
Yeah, I'm bullish as hell.
Yeah, I'm bullish. Yeah.
All right, guys.
Wagner.
Thank you so much for coming on, Ken. Freaking love you. And all of your NFTs on Wax are going to be real important. The Kenn token itself is going to be really important. I'm going to.
I lowered commission to like 5% or something. Like it's not. It used to be like 20 because I had it locked in at the OG rate. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
dude, that's hardcore.
I mean, you were dumb.
No, you were testing the limits of that whole financial equation.
I was really forcing the floor to be over 20% drop sale to break even ratio, and it worked.
Dude, Ethereum proves it, right? If it's expensive to move stuff, it automatically creates an embedded floor or an embedded lack of movement because you're automatically. And honestly, deflationary tokens, like, pay attention. There's a reason why these things get weird.
It's gonna get so weird.
It is gonna get weird.
We should just open an LLC in Portland and call it a day, bro. Thanks for having me.
Dude, I clicked the button. That's